Hi, my name is Steve Cave, and I'm your professor for this quarter. Welcome to class. I want to make a quick video to walk you through some basics of the class and to make sure you understand some key things. So first, let's look at Brightspace. I'm going to minimize myself. I'm down here. So you've probably already seen this. You probably already know how to navigate this, but just in case you don't, let me talk to you about a few things. These buttons up here in this bar, in this blue bar, those are the important things. So course home, that takes you to this page we're looking at right now, which shows you the most important things it shows you is your calendar. That can be useful. Also, there's the activity feed. That's where I post announcements. So make sure you subscribe to that. That's probably where you found this video. Underneath that's me and my email and my phone number in case you ever need it. So other things about this page, if you hit content, that opens up this. This is kind of where you'll live, I think, in the class. Each one of these buttons, well, I can see these things because they're hidden. You won't see those that have this little eyeball on them, but you're probably started here. Start your course here, and then there's the syllabus, and then there's modules. So this is how you work through things. You open up these with the little caret on the side, and then there's work to do. You have, with your first week, I'll make myself bigger here. Your first week, you have two things. You have two discussion board assignments due. One is to introduce yourself, post a little self-introduction. That's every single class at City requires that, so you're probably used to that. And the second one, though, is to work through week one's module, do all the readings, and then work. You're going to be doing some work for your very first essay already, because this class hits the ground running. So let me know if you have any questions about any of that, but I want to make sure you know the basic other concepts for this class that I want to make sure you know about are, first off, plagiarism. Plagiarism is something I want to make sure I talk about right out of the gate. We use a checker, a system that you have access to. I will tell you later how to check it, but you'll be able to look and see what I see about whether or not your essays are plagiarized. Every single essay you submit, I highly recommend going and looking at the plagiarism checker. And don't just look at the number. It'll give you a percentage. That percentage is useless. That's a lie. So when you see that, if you say, oh, no, this is 5%, and then you say, that's not much, and you move on, if that 5% is actually plagiarism, you just failed the essay. And in this class, there are very few essays. So failing one is devastating. So I want to make sure that you know that right out of the gate. Don't plagiarize. If you're worried whether or not you did plagiarize, when you submit your essays, you can see all the exact same information I can. Go check it. If you have questions about it, ask me. Always ask me anything. Asking me, hey, is this plagiarism, and showing me what you have before you turn it in, that's great, right? Asking me afterwards is far too late. You've already failed. So make sure you understand what plagiarism is and do not do it, and know how to use the plagiarism checker. It also checks, by the way, for any AI written material too, which is also a fast track to failing the class. So do not use AI written material. Don't plagiarize. If you end up finding yourself in a spot where you need more time for an essay, that's usually why seems like why people seem to cheat, is because you're out of time and you have a deadline coming, the essay's due, and you're, no. If you find yourself in that spot, email me. Talk to me right before the deadline is due. Talk to me and I will extend that deadline. I will extend deadlines for essays up until the final day of the class. I have no problem with that. But you have to ask me before the deadline passes. So if something horrible happens in your life, somebody dies, that's unfortunately the last few years I've had a lot of that. So whatever's happening in your life, if something happens, I know it's often difficult to remember that you're in school, but as soon as you remember, email me and talk to me, right? If it's after the deadline, though, the school's policy is that you get an F, that you just fail. And not just get an F, you get a 0 on that, which is ginormous. That's a big hit. I don't want that for you. So make sure to remember whatever's going on in your life. Remember that you're in college, and remember that if there's a deadline coming and something's keeping you from getting it, and it doesn't need to be something serious like a death. It could be something like you're just running out of time. That's okay. I want you to turn in your best work for this class. So ask me and I will extend deadlines for you. But I want to make sure I mention this too. Sometimes students think it's clever. Maybe they think that, to push all of your essays back. Every student's ever done that has failed. Just a heads up. It's very difficult to get two essays complete and good enough to pass is a lot of work, right? One essay is a lot of work, as I'm sure you know, or you're about to find out. One essay is a lot of work. So pushing them back and thinking, I'll just get them all done at the end, it almost never works out. So I think that's it. Oh, discussion boards. There's also a weekly discussion board in this class. Do not turn those in late. They will earn you nothing if they're late, right? They're taking the place of class time, of us meeting in person. So being late on those just means you miss the points. So yeah, but your essays can be turned in late. You'll just lose points. It's in the syllabus. Make sure you look through it, but you'll lose, I think it's 15% per day that an essay is late, which means after 3 days, it's an F because you need, or it's at 75%, right? No, wait, did I do that math right? 15, 30, geez, 2 days puts you at 70%, which is 70% in passing. It might be like a 2.0, which is barely passing. So really, get your stuff in on time and make sure to tell me if you need more time. I'll extend it for you. And anything else comes up, please talk to me. If you need help with anything, if you want me to look over your essays before you turn them in, if you want to ask me about anything specific, you want me to check your APA formatting, just talk to me. I will help. That's my job. But otherwise, if you just turn your stuff in, I'll help then too. I'll just give you feedback and tell you how to fix things for your future essays. And both of those work great for me. So I'm glad you're in my class and welcome. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm looking forward to seeing your self-introductions.